Imagine for a moment. A global economy where $1 trillion is paid in bribes while an estimated $2.6 trillion are stolen annually through corruption. This is 3% of the world's total GDP. A shocking reality, isn't it? Today, we delve into the murky underbelly of global corruption, counting down from the 20th most corrupt country to the very top of the corruption ladder. We begin with number 20, Eritrea. This small East African nation has been marred by allegations of high-level corruption, particularly within its military and government. Moving on to number 19, we find ourselves in Central Asia, in the country of Turkmenistan, where corruption is an everyday reality for its citizens. The 18th position is occupied by Iraq. Despite its rich oil reserves, corruption has seeped into every layer of its society, from the public sector to the judiciary. Number 17 introduces us to the first South American country on our list, Venezuela. The nation's oil wealth has been squandered through corruption and mismanagement, leading to an economic and humanitarian crisis. At number 16 we have North Korea. Despite its closed-off nature, reports of widespread corruption within its government continue to emerge. Our 15th spot takes us to the African continent, to Angola, where the misuse of public funds and bribery are common occurrences. Climbing up to number 14 we find Guinea. The West African nation has been dogged by accusations of corruption, particularly within its mining sector. At number 13 we have the South Asian nation of Bangladesh, where corruption is a significant hurdle to economic development. Number 12 takes us back to Africa, to Sudan. Despite recent political changes, corruption continues to be a major issue. Number 11 is Afghanistan. The country's long-standing conflict has created an environment where corruption thrives. The top 10 begins with Haiti. Despite international aid, corruption has hindered the country's development. At number 9 we have Guinea-Bissau. The small West African nation is a major transit point for drug trafficking, fueling corruption. Number 8 is Chad, where corruption is seen as a significant barrier to doing business. Number 7 introduces us to Yemen, a country where corruption has been exacerbated by ongoing conflict. At number 6 we have Syria. The ongoing civil war has created conditions ripe for corruption. The 5th position is held by South Sudan. The world's youngest country has been plagued by corruption since its inception. Number 4 is Somalia. The country's instability has allowed corruption to flourish. The top 3 begins with Libya. The country's ongoing conflict has created a fertile ground for corruption. At number 2, we have North Sudan. Despite political changes, corruption remains a persistent problem. And finally, at number 1 we have Afghanistan. Despite years of international intervention, corruption remains deeply entrenched in the country's fabric. In conclusion, corruption remains a significant global issue, with countries from all continents grappling with its effects. It hinders economic development, exacerbates inequality, and undermines trust in public institutions. The fight against corruption requires a concerted global effort, with countries working together to promote transparency, accountability, and good governance. In this way, we can hope to create a world where corruption is the exception, not the rule.